today's headlines and deeper stories from the east and west of the region. Anglia News.
Targeting the Gulf, special pictures of the deadly missiles designed in Hertfordshire.
Fighting the slick, a Cambridge expert says that the damage may be less than first thought. The slick, which covers 240 square miles, is 30 miles long and 8 miles wide. There are fears that it could have a devastating long-term effect on sea life, with some environmentalists saying that it could take up to 40 years for the sea to recover. Well, Brian Ford is a marine biologist and an expert on oil pollution. He joins us in our Cambridge studio. Mr. Ford, what needs to be done and how much time have we got before it's too late?
Well, the moment the oil began to go into the sea, it was too late in the sense that damage is bound to result. The first thing that we have to do is to remove as much of the oil from the sea as we can in the shortest possible time.
How much time have we got? Is it a matter of days?
It really is a matter of days because, you see, once the oil is actually running onto the sea, it forms a thin layer, a matter of inches or a foot or so deep, and spreads. But the sea, even by moving very gently, begins to break that down into mousse and into these small particles of oil which separate out. So the sooner you can tackle the problem, if you can do it before the oil mixes with the water, the better.
Now, what about the long-term effects? Some experts are saying it's going to take up to 40 years for the sea and wildlife to recover. You say it won't take that long?
No, we're microbe blind. People leave our microscopic confederates on this planet out of the equation. We always hear that poisons are being put into the environment, and once they're there, they stay, but they don't. Oil has been around for thousands of millions of years. We've been around for a million or two. And there are many species of microbe that actually eat oil, that consume oil. To us it may seem like a poison, but to them it is the actual bread and butter of their lives.
But they haven't had as much oil as this, have they, to live and feed off?
No, they haven't. But at the same time, for example, if you go and dig your garden, you know that fresh, earthy smell. Well, that smell is produced by a kind of organism, a kind of microbe that lives in soil and sand everywhere. And that's one of the kinds of microbe that can tackle oil. What I'm really saying is that when people assume that what you can't scrape off or suck off the surface is going to be there in the Gulf forever, we are worrying unnecessarily. I believe that within a year or two, that the microbes will have multiplied sufficiently to recycle the oil into chemicals that the higher life forms, like the corals and the fish, can then consume.
Brian Ford, thank you very much indeed for joining us.